Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for being here. I hope everyone's week has been going super. I hear that some of us, though, have a lot going on and a lot has been weighing heavily on us. I heard that before I jumped on here. So we're going to pull some cards and start off with the Inner Child Oracle and see what our guides would like to tell us for the week. They want to tell us a lot, apparently. There's lots of messages coming through. And our first one is an affirmation to start a journey. If we've been thinking about something or putting something off, today is the day, it says, and to start your journey. Some of you have been wishing, hoping, thinking. I see some of you doing like vision boards or like creating clippings, Pinterest, things like that about something in particular. I think for some people it could even be like a vacation, like a physical journey. But for other people, I think some of you are thinking about what you would like your life to look like, what you're envisioning. And your guides are letting you know that if you have been waiting for a sign to know if you should move forward, that this is it. Move forward, and today is the day to just start. They also want you to know, let me see here what they're telling you, that some of you may have felt fearful about moving forward. Of course, it's hard to move forward. Change is difficult and it can be scary, but they're just affirming to you that you got this and you can do this. And for some of you also, they want you to know to think about physical movement of the body. It says your next card here is flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of movement tonight. I think some of you have been stagnant. Maybe you haven't been able to move around as much. And physically, they're letting you know it could be a good time for you to just move your body. Dance while no one's watching if you can. Shake things about and just like let stuff out, right? Let all that, energetic junk that might have been collecting off of you out. So shake it out for sure. So definitely pay attention to the cycles of the moon and where things are also, right? And also keep into consideration that this time is, we all feel busy doing stuff, right? Like holiday stuff, and we get caught up into things. But really, the winter months are, we're meant to be wintering. Right? What does that mean? We're meant to be not so much in action. We're meant to be resting, and this is a natural time for us to just be more indoor, to be cozy and things like that. But sometimes, we get caught up in the cycles of what we see going on out there, and we feel like, well, I got to be in the mix, but everything, it's dark now, and everything is telling us to be nesting and to be inside. So go with the rhythm of what is going on, right? That's part of it too. Don't go against the grain. You will feel your energy is taxed if you do that, right? And again, people will drag you into this because so often people are like, well, I got to get out there. I got to do this. I got to do this. And sometimes there's comfort in just staying home and enjoying being indoor, right, during this season. And then the spring is when we start to get more active, plant seeds, things like that. So tune into the cycles of the season, right? Now, our other message is you deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. This is very connected to last week's reading also, if you watched. But there are some of you who really have a bright light, and you've been not showing that to folks for whatever reason. And maybe you're scared of feeling vulnerable, or you're not sure if anyone is paying attention. And your guides want you to know that the universe sees sees your soul and what you're about, and let yourself be known, let yourself be seen, and radiate the love that I know is inside of you. It might feel scary. I feel some of you feel scared to do that, or you feel timid, and your guides want to reassure you that you are worthy. So if you have dealt with feelings in the past of feeling unworthy, or someone made you feel unworthy, they want you to know that you are worthy. You're worthy to be fully seen and appreciated for the amazing you that you know is there, right? So let your light shine upon you. And again, it does so much for everyone else when you let that light shine. Something wonderful happens when we revel in joy and we feel joyful, and other people sense our joy, and it really does do something and touches community when we allow ourselves to be caught up in that, rapturous joy, right? So in your next message, again, they have a lot of messages for you this week, is to take a breath. Again, I think so many of us have been going on overdrive. Take one breath in, take one breath out. If you feel, I feel some of you are feeling really overwhelmed, like in a deep, deep place of overwhelm, and you're just not sure, just take one breath and then another one and then another one, and just focus on that. Just focus on your breathing for today. When you feel yourself caught up in a cycle of feeling anxiety or overwhelm, or for some of you, I hear even grief or loneliness, just focus on the fact that you're breathing, that your body is breathing. Take a breath and another one and another one. And that's it. That could be your self-care for today. If you just take some deep, mindful breaths for yourself. Okay, so focus on the breath work that you need to do. Now I want to take a look at the expanded message on this one, because I feel like there's something else that they would like to tell you, perhaps. So let's see what they're telling us. So yes, they're letting you know one of their self-care exercises with this one is to stop and notice your breath each time you're going on throughout your day, and how you're breathing, right? So if you feel like you're breathing shallow, heavy, or if you're able to deeply breathe, think about how you're breathing and how does it make you feel, right? So try to connect those two, to connect the mind, body, and spirit together, and see if you can bring more peace into your day today by focusing on that breath and what it's doing for you. Is it anchoring? And what do I mean by that, right? Is that breath anchoring you? Is it making you feel grounded? Explore what it means for you, right? And it definitely could be something different for everybody, right? But that could be your self-care for today. Take care of yourself by remembering that you're breathing and you're in your body and you're breathing, right? So now we're going to jump to the Quantum Oracle and see what other messages your guides have for you for the week. I hear in my head to, even before I pull the cards, to they say like a gentle warning to be cautious of like false promises. Like I feel like some of you are going to be offered something, or I don't know if it's like from work or from something else, but it's not legit, or they're not giving you what they promise. And so they're offering you a gentle caution. Ask for details. Ask for details. That flew out. 2 cards flew out, so we're going to take those 2. And then this other one, because that's what I hear. And the one that flew out at us is celebrate. Right? I think some of you have achieved quite a bit and you have not been celebrating yourself. This, again, very connected to our reading from last week. If you listened, if not, please go back and listen to it, because they're so connected together for this time period. Recognize how far you've come. Yes, you may still have like goals. That's great. You may have other places that you want to go and other things that you're thinking about, but your guides really want you to know that they're really proud of the work that you've done and how far that you've come. And if no one has told you that, I'm telling you, and I want to send that message over to you. You've done a lot of great work. You have really come far, and you should be proud of the work that you've done. And sometimes, again, when we get into a trap of comparing ourselves to other folks, we sometimes then feel like, well, I haven't done enough. And yes, I can't even celebrate my success because, other people are doing this and that. And it's so easy to get caught up in this. And it could be anything. It could be any achievement. Like, like I have a master's degree, right? But I work in education where a lot of people around me have doctorates. And sometimes I feel like, I just have a master's degree, which costs me big bucks. And you forget sometimes, right? Like, well, that actually is a big achievement, right? And that's that comparising ourselves. And so do appreciate where you are in the journey and how far you've come. And your guides want you to know that. The next card that came out is all about your inner spirit. The sacred temple, right? What is the sacred temple? Sacred temple is you. It's what dwells deep within you. And there is a sacredness to your soul. And if you have not tapped into that divinity that is within you, that's within each of us, the light that's there, they want you to think about that and think about your inner sanctuary, which is you. And guard your energy, protect your energy, is sacred, right? You are sacred and you are special. And that's what they want you to know. And I think some of you have not felt connected to your sacred body, your temple. You've been disconnected from it. Do consider grounding practices, right? If you feel like you're lost in space a lot, are you drinking enough water? Are you getting out in the forest and earth and nature, water, if you're into the water element, but do connect, make sure your body is grounded and connected, and realize that you have that inner light and that there's that sacredness to you, and all of you have it. Whoever's trying to tell you, like, if anyone has ever told you that that's not so, or, that's bogus, just disregard that. Put that out of your head. That's not true. There's a light that's within you that's shining, and let that light shine bright. Everybody wants your light to shine bright. And just those naysayers, and there are always some in our lives or in our circles or in our workplaces, you can just kindly disregard them because it's just false. That's fake news, right? No, it's not true. And then they also want to recognize that you are on a cycle of new beginnings. And I think some of you have felt that, and you felt like this is a new, fresh start. And it couldn't be, like for some people, I know it's health related. Like for me, I know it's health related. But for other folks, it might be a new career or stepping out, or starting a new practice, or starting a new business venture or something. But you are in a cycle of new beginnings, and these new beginnings are going to bring you a lot of joy, is what I hear. It's going to take time, right? But it will. There's a reason for all these new beginnings, because I feel like some of the new beginnings are like unwanted new beginnings, or it's like, I really didn't know if I wanted this, but they're meant to bring you closer to something, and that something is good. And so they want you to know that there are a lot of new beginnings that are going to come forward, and it's all good stuff. Now we're going to move into, for some of you, you have been wondering when it's going to become calmer. I hear some of you have wanted to be more calm and to not have it be like one chaotic thing after the other. I think also those milestones that we saw, I think some of us have had major life events, one after the other, and we are hoping and wondering, when can it be calm, right? When can it just, like, let's pause on that. That's a lot of like life-changing things all at once. And so we're going to pull a timing card to see when is that energy going to shift for us, right? Where we're feeling like, okay, let me breathe before we go to the next tragedy or whatever, right? Let's see. And I hear in the spring, in May, right? So in May, I think in the springtime, we're going to feel like we are on a good path forward. Like some of the kookiness, some of the craziness, some of the chaoticness is going to start to ease, and we're going to feel like, okay, I'm moving forward. Things are feeling a lot better for me, and it's less less of a burden. So if you've been wondering when that will shift, early spring, Okay, early spring, which I know it seems like it's so far away, but it's really not that tough, right? Again, consider, that this is our nesting season. This is winter, and so we should be wintering and just hunkering down, right? Doing game nights at home, right? Like just enjoying like the dark side of the moon right now. Now, I feel like there's another question for the group, so we're going to pull one more timing card on this one. And I hear this one flew out. The question I heard in my head is, when can I expect results? And I heard it like worded that way. When can I expect results? And the card that flew out was number 7. It's time to move forward. So what does that mean connected together? When can I expect results? You can expect results when you let go of whatever you're holding on to and you decide you don't need it anymore and you're going to move forward. That's when. So what they're telling me is you're actually the driver. So if you feel like you're not, and like someone else is in charge and you have no power, they're take back that power, because they're letting you know that you have free will and you're actually the driver of whatever this thing is. So you're the one who is in charge of that, right? You might not feel that, but that's what they're letting you know. Now we're going to pull some affirmation cards. And these are crystal affirmation cards. So we'll see what crystal they recommend to us. If you're into the crystals, maybe you're not, but we'll hear a message too. I love crystals. I enjoy them and I work with them. I probably have too many of them. So let's see what we've got. 3 I hear. 3 cards is what I meant. Okay, so our first one is Veracruz Amethyst. And I don't have a Veracruz Amethyst. Do you have a Veracruz Amethyst? This one is all connected to the crown and the third eye chakra, meditative, protective, and spiritual. And our affirmation on this one is, I receive ongoing guidance from the universe. Yes. Your guides would like to connect with you and send you messages. You can tap into them. So even if you don't have this particular crystal, if you have any amethyst or a purple tone crystal, right, you can use that to connect to your third eye, connect to your spiritual self. If you're wondering, like you're saying, like, I'm not psychic, I can't know anything, that's untrue. All of us have ability, right? We have to take some time to listen and to tune in, right? Sometimes I feel like it's a radio sometimes where I have to tune into a station, and you might need to just do some work, and you could use this crystal to help you. But if you're seeking guidance, guidance is there for you, right? Your next one is the Champagne Aura Quartz, okay? And that one is about meditation, resolution, and altruism. That is connected to your sacral chakra. And with that one, your affirmation is, my spirit, mind, and heart are in harmony. So this crystal allows you to connect to your spirit, mind, and your heart all in one place, and to help you feel connected, whole, and balanced, especially, like I said, if you felt like you were woohoo or you were out there and you weren't sure about grounding practices. You can also use crystals, right, to feel like you're grounded. You can do some meditation holding on to a crystal, sensing the energy of the crystal, also helpful. And another one, your last one, is Moonstone. I love Moonstone crystal. I use Moonstone a lot. And this one is connected to the goddess energy, inspiration, and intuition, right? And this one, your affirmation on this one is, I allow my true inner self to shine through. That has been our message from our guides for this reading and last week's reading also. It was the same message, is there is a light that is within you. Please do not allow anyone to dim that light and let it shine, right? Broadcast it out there. Allow yourself to let others feel that light. It uplifts everybody. That is your message in your reading for the week. And if you have enjoyed this, please do consider liking and subscribing, sharing it with someone. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, and I hope your week is a blessed and beautiful one. Thank you.